This is how I landed my first big box account by using Twitter DMs. In 2018, I slid in the DMs of Marcus Lemonis of The Prophet and owner of Camping World, one of the largest RV dealerships in the country. And I slid in his DMs on Twitter to get our rods into that big box store. I went to a local Gander Outdoors right after they had been bought by Marcus Lemonis, formerly Gander Mountain, and I met with one of the store managers. I sold him on the rods. He loved them, but he just didn't have the pool that I needed to help get us into corporate. Basically told me his hands were tied and he couldn't do much about it. The corporate wasn't responding, so I took to Twitter. I went to Marcus Lemonis' Twitter and I DM'd him a screenshot of that text and said, hey, I'm trying to work with you guys. I need some help. And surprisingly, he responded like 10 minutes later. My heart skipped a beat. I was excited, but now it's got very real. I got set up with the national buyer pretty quickly. We went back and forth. We set a meeting at ICAST, the largest fishing expo in the world, where we have won multiple awards. And at the time, we had never even exhibited. So I didn't have a booth. I didn't have anything formal. I ended up bringing in a rod rack and putting it in Cleansoil's booth. A friend of ours was running the company at the time, and he let me stick a small rod rack with a few rods in the corner of the booth. And I set my meeting with the Gander buyer in that booth. Right as the meeting got set, my dad was hospitalized. His face swelled up all the way down, his lymph nodes, everything. He was in the hospital for about 3 weeks the day after that this meeting was set. So now I had to do this alone. I had no help, and he was, not doing very well. It was very stressful for me, my family, and I had this mounting pressure of, okay, now I've got this big, monumental task ahead of me, and I've never done this before. It went extraordinarily well. And within 48 hours, we had 10 new locations of Gander Outdoors that wanted the products. They submitted POs and orders, and we got our first big box account just like that. So I took a leap of faith. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I jumped on social media, slid in some DMs, and got our first big box account. Sometimes the only difference between a locked door and a closed door is having the guts to knock. And follow for more stories like this. I'll be sharing all the different experiences I've had over the years.